Hello and welcome back. My name's Andrew Keeping and it's a pleasure to have you join me in my studio today. What we're going to be focusing on is looking at TomPlay's interactive app to be able to help us work on a specific technique around the guitar. Now, we will be taking a beginner level piece of music, but focusing specifically on one technique that will really help us with our guitar playing. So why don't you come and join me? Let's have a look at the app, see what we've got. So here we are, we're in on the TomPlay app, and what I'm going to do is take you to, we're going to play a piece with the orchestra here, and this is the classic Michel Legrand, the Windmills of your mind. We're taking the easy level, so we click on the play and up it comes. I'm going to choose the notes and tablature and let it load up, and here we are. I'm just going to take you through the top section here. Now this gives you an idea of our toolbar at the top. This is the settings of the toolbar. This is where you will choose if you want to take away your count in, if you want a visual count off, or if you want an audio one. I choose an audio one. It makes it easier for everybody to hear. Originally it comes as a default version of 2 bars. It's too much for me, so I just have the 1 bar, and you can choose if you want to go vertical or horizontal. I like the horizontal for this purpose today. You can print the music off. You have a loop section. We'll be introducing you to that in a bit. You can create your own score with annotations. Again, we're not going to be doing that today. You can see some of the annotations that I have in here, and that's the fingering that I've added. The tuning fork, if you want to tune your guitar, let's check our tuning. E, B, G, D, A, and E. Now, I know this is in tune. It's taking the piano. You can work that for yourself. Here's the metronome. If you want to work with the metronome, and you set your tempo over here at the tempo bar. If you like to work with recording it while you're playing, then absolutely fine to do so. You will start off by playing here, and up here is where you have the score. You have the option of being able to use your annotations or the TomPlay original version. And finally over here, the audio. This has got tutti, which means everything at the same time. But if I just wanted the guitar part, for example here, I will play that. It gives us a whole bar introduction of 4 beats, because we've got 4 beats in a bar. And then we have 1, 2, and so you've got just the guitar there. And if I want just the accompaniment, I shall put it in and play it again from here, and you'll hear the accompaniment coming in on its own. And there we are, lovely orchestral arrangement. One of the great things about this TomPlay app is the arrangements are so good, and the actual recordings, these are proper recordings. They're one of their partners is Deutsche Grammophon, one of the greatest ever classical recording labels of all time. So, you know, it's got such a pedigree here. Right, without further ado, I'm going to just do the guitar accompaniment and play along to it. Now, you'll notice from the beginning here, the tempo marking at the beginning is 60 beats per BPM per minute, and that's for 1 crotchet equals 60 beats per minute. But here it tells us that we're going to be free using a rubato, which is like an expressive freedom of expression, taking a bit of leniency, if you like, a bit of a risk with the tempo. So I'm going to be a bit freer and expressive with the tempo. I'm not going to be rigid, and I'll play along to it so you'll recognize, I'm sure, straight away. Now, while I'm playing, have a look up in the top right-hand corner here, because you'll see the reason behind this exercise today and why I've chosen this simple piece, but very effective. Let's have a listen to it. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Here we go, the first part coming in. And there we have it. Then it carries on. I'm just going to take the first section here as my example of what I'm doing. Let me come away from the music to start with, because I don't know if you spotted what was happening with my hand there, but have a look again. If I just play the first two bars. Now, I'm going to lift the microphone so you can see it a little bit better. Here we go again. You'll notice that everything is in fifth position. What does fifth position mean? Fifth position means that we keep the hand in one set shape. And that means that the first finger is on the 5th fret. Second finger will be on the 6th fret, third finger on the 7th, and fourth finger on the 8th. And everything stays, look at this. Notice it all stays in shape. We just move those fingers across the strings. Now, I'm going to bring the music up again so I can show you this, because there's a very important point here. When you look at the music here, look at the tablature underneath. This tells you what frets you're playing on what strings. So the 1st, 2nd, 3rd string, and we're playing on the 7th fret. Up here it tells us we're playing our 4th finger. Now, I've just told you that we have the 4th finger is going to be up here on the 8th fret, and yet the fingering above over this fermata, this pause mark, is actually the 4th finger. The reason we do this is because you need to smooth transition from one note to the next. So if you're jumping across strings, watch this. What happens? There's a gap. So if I have that long fermata, that free note, there's a gap. You hear that gap. And we want the sound waves vibrating right the way through to the next note. That's why we stay in the set positions. Notice I'm tucking my 4th finger underneath. That's what we're doing here. So we've got here 3rd finger, 4th finger, 3rd finger. That's fine, because in fact we're on the 7th going to the 8th and back to the 7th again. However, here we're still on the 7th, but I've used the 4th finger. That's because I want to tuck that finger underneath so I don't have to jump the 3rd across. Otherwise you lose the vibration, lose the sound wave right the way through to that next note. And we want that smooth progression. You can hear it's just ringing true through every note. If I do it without, let me just come here. You can hear there's a slight gap. This is what you hear when beginners start playing the guitar. You'll hear. I'm exaggerating, of course, but I think you get the point. It's about keeping time the next note, time and prepare the next note. That's how we get that smooth progression. And in fact, we're going to time the right hand as well, so you synchronize that rest stroke finger. You synchronize the right hand to play at exactly that split second that you're playing the next note. Talking about the right hand, this piece is mainly around a scale shape. So let me show you that scale shape. If we look very quickly, I'm just going to take you to the music. And if you look at the beginning here, the key signature of the piece has a B flat. So that tells us that we're in the key of F major. And if I come back to here, we know a C major scale starts on the 3rd string. But we've got B flats here. Where are our B flats? Our B flats on the 1st string after the A, going to B flat there. And it's also on the 4th string there on the 8th fret. But let's have a look. Let's take that B flat to C. Then we have the D. We're not doing a major scale here, so don't worry. Then we've got the E there, F, G, and then we've got the A, B flat and C. So that's our entire scale. And you see I'm using a vibrato as well because it just fills out the notes and gives it that sort of expressive sound. Now, I hope that's helped you, give you a bit of an insight into one of the most important techniques, and that's playing in a set position on the guitar, in one position on the guitar. A beautiful piece here by Michel Legrand, Windmills of Your Mind, and this is using the interactive music reading app by TomPlay. So come and join me on another one of these lessons, and hopefully we can give you some greater insights into how to play the guitar better using the TomPlay app. And if you do want to use the TomPlay app, one of the things I would recommend is have a look in the description below, because if you type in the code that I give you, it will give you a vastly reduced fee for a year's supply of TomPlay music, or you can actually get a percentage off on individual pieces. So until next time, thanks very much. I look forward to seeing you. All the best. Bye.